First off, Dane, talk a little bit about this Michigan State team. A lot of people are predicting that it's a possible Final Four team. Obviously a tough bracket here in Indianapolis, but what are you guys doing well that could lead you to Atlanta?
Well, I think first we're playing very good defense, and we're playing as a team, both on offense and defense. We've got the size and athleticism to compete with anybody in the country. I think the most important issue is you'd have to have some luck. There are some things that we can control, but there's also things that we can't control, and we need the ball and some other things to go our way.
After 6 years at IPFW, you go to East Lansing to get that tutelage under Tom Izzo. In 2 years, what have you taken away from that experience that makes you a better coach now than when you left IPFW?
Glenn, I think the key is just being able to deal with people. And when I say deal, it's learn how to communicate better with recruits. It's learning how to deal with alumni or communicate with alumni. Coach is great at working a crowd. He's great at projecting a great image for Michigan State and really conveying that to the people that matter to our program.
And, you kind of have an interesting connection with Russell Bird all the time you spend in Fort Wayne. We talked with Russell. He had great things to say about you. What is it about him that, the guys elected him as a team captain, and he's not a huge minutes or points guy. What does that say about Russell?
Well, Russell always has a smile on his face, and I think he's a good program guy. He's great in the locker room. He's great on the court with our guys. And like you said, he doesn't get a lot of playing time, but he's a great program guy, and not everybody can play huge minutes. So you got to have those types of kids in your program that just really, Russ is a true Spartan. He really loves being at Michigan State. He loves Michigan State. That's one thing that we appreciate about him.
Obviously, the focus right now is on Michigan State, but your name is certainly up there in the discussions for the Ball State job. Why would that job be attractive to you, and what kind of communication have you had with Ball State?
I think the main issue that I'm focusing on is not really commenting on those types of things. I think one of the things we really preach at Michigan State is not having any distractions, and that can come within either the staff or the players. And I think so with that said, I'm not going to talk about any of that stuff and let any of that be a distraction for me or our players.
What do you think about the Ball State job in general?
Are you an alumni there?
I grew up in Muncie.
That's right. That's right. I think it's a great job. There's a lot of good jobs. It's in the hotbed of Indiana. I think it's a great job, no question about it.
And how would your Indiana roots help you out in a job like that, coaching in the state of Indiana?
Again, with the distractions.
That's what I do. That's what I get paid to do.
That's right. You're right. You're on the money. You're red hot.
As far as this team goes, what do you guys need to do against Duke? Obviously, Mason Plumlee, he's another Indiana guy from Warsaw, played his high school ball in the Carolinas. But what do you need to do against this Duke team?
Great player. I mean, Mason Plumlee's top of the line when it comes to college basketball. We've got to be smart. Derek Nix just has to be smart. We've got to learn. We've got to know his strengths and weaknesses. Play the scouting report. You can't completely stop a guy like Mason Plumlee, but we have to play our odds and force him into things that he doesn't want to do. And Duke's a really good college basketball team, and they're probably one of 6, 7, 8 teams that are national championship capable. We feel like we match up pretty well with them, but there's certainly going to be a heck of a basketball game.